guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today I've got an interesting viral video that has kind of made its way around the old interwebs. It's gotten quite a few, almost a few million views over on Twitter. We're going to cover that. I got another video I want to talk about, and it's mostly what has gone wrong with dating. This is going to be my first one for the day. My second one is going to be covering a Courtney Ryan, and I have nothing against Courtney Ryan, but how she does a video review, and dating, like even the female dating coaches are in the past. They're so out of touch with what women are coming up with today that they're just out of the loop. They don't understand how women think anymore. So I'm going to be doing that for my second video today. Also, for those of you that have asked how, like, have I found property yet for the men's retreat, and why am I just sitting on the money for now? You can see here, this is just the cost to buy right here, including interest rates and home prices and everything. And they've got the mortgage rates in the early 1980s where it was 18%. And here they show the 2006 housing bubble prices, which was about $1,500 on average to make a payment on a house. Right now we're sitting at $2,654, which is almost two times what it was just about 12 years ago. Or excuse me, just about, oh gosh, I'm getting old. 16 years ago? I'm getting old. Anyway, prices for real estate are through the roof, and so I'm waiting for that to come down. Here's where I want to start is these three guys on the podcast of the Lotus Eater. I catch them when I can. Carl Benjamin started this channel, Sargon of Akkad, if you will. And they started talking about, hey, even feminists are starting to notice that men are suffering and that men are struggling in the workplace and in college and dating and making enough money to be desired by women. And they make a good, I haven't watched the whole thing, as you can see, but just here, I'm going to try to catch it after this. But just in the first couple minutes, they're talking about, hey, you know what? The only time we can talk about men's struggles is if women or the media or whoever, the elites, decide, you know what, this is a topic we'll take up. Because if they don't decide that we can talk about it, when people like me or you guys talk about it, they say, oh, horrible misogyny, patriarchy, blah, blah, blah. So it's starting to continue to proliferate out into the world that men are having their struggles. And this is another video that went viral. It went viral on Twitter. It went viral on TikTok. And I think it's accurate. And I think it's good that this stuff is getting out there so people are aware of kind of what we've been talking about now for frickin' decades. But again, now it's becoming more socially acceptable because even women are starting to notice. But God forbid if it's just men talking about it. So this is if breakups were honest, girlfriend edition. And I'm going to play this through, and then I'll adjust the volume accordingly here so I don't blast your ears out. And then I'm going to pause it here and there to talk about it. But it hits the nail on the head. And again, this is the kind of thing we need to go viral, I think.
I think we should go on a break.
What do you mean?
Well, I want the comfort of you being there for me, but I also really want to hook up with this hot guy that I've been DMing lately. But
and I'm going to have to pause this more often than not because of the stupid cringe music that they put in the background so I don't get copyright. It might be free music, I don't know, but copyright struck. So anyway, she says right off the bat, hey, you know what? You're awesome. I think we need to break up. I like the comfort of you being there. For me, but I got the attention of this hot guy, and I want to hook up with him. And so, again, we know this happens.
Guy that I've been DMing lately, but if he realizes he doesn't want to be with me, then I want to go back to being exclusive with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a couple points here. And again, I actually need to break it because I do have some points to make here. Number one, you notice that she's in a relationship with this guy. But she says there's been this really hot guy I've been DMing. I'm direct messaging him, and he really wants to hook up, and I want to hook up with, and I'm going to do that. And I want you to be here to comfort me and to still be here to be supportive, and you're my fallback guy, right? Because just in case things don't work out with Chad Thunderstroke, we know this happens. But even there, even in this little parody thing, they realize that women are sneaking around behind dudes' backs, DMing and talking to other guys, always trying to level up. And it's not, a lot of times when I say stuff like this, people say, oh, women aren't looking for this. Most women aren't out there looking for this. No, maybe they're not looking for it. But what they'll do is if they find an attractive guy, they might slide him into a DM going, oh, hey, I loved your video on this, or I loved your photo on this, or I noticed this. And if the guy's like, you know what, this is easy prey. This will be a good Tuesday lay. Don't have to put any effort into it. She reached out to me first. She sounds a little thirsty. I'll respond back, and boom, before you know it, it happens. Or maybe he comments on her in a bikini picture, and she checks out his profile, and she's like, wow, this guy's a winner. And so she thanks him for it and says a nice comment, and before you know it, they're talking. How do I know this stuff? I've seen it happen. I've gotten emails with these conversations. I've gotten these messages myself back when I had an Instagram account. So it does happen.
That seems cool.
Okay, see ya.
All right, sounds good. Babe.
And he's okay with it, of course, because he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, and he says, I don't have any other options, so what am I going to do? Hopefully I can get her back. This is loser simp, obviously. Loser simp think.
Babe, you're back.
Guys are such dicks.
Oh, no.
That guy that I was DMing that said he just wanted to rail me didn't actually want to date me.
No.
Or his friends. Tyler, Jimmy, Jerry, Michael, Jake, Chad, Joseph, Braxton, Malcolm Kellner. That douchebag broke my heart.
Aw.
I think
I wish it wasn't true, but it is true. So she hangs out with hot Chad McThunderstroke, and things aren't working out so well. But his other hot friend is right there, and he's like, yeah, he's kind of a dick, man. But I treat women different. So she sleeps and tries to move hypergamy and monkey branch over to him, and then he dumps her, and then monkey branch because she's in that social circle now where she thinks that she's going to catch one of them to be a man, and then when the whole social circle collapses, she starts over and comes back to this guy.
I think I made a huge mistake.
Babe, who would have thought the guy you just threw yourself at with almost no effort on his part wouldn't want to date you? So are we back to being exclusive?
I think I'd like that. Wait, you didn't hook up with anyone, did you?
I laugh because it's true.
Of course not. I would never break your trust like that.
Okay, good.
Cool, I'm glad we're back to being just us.
Me too.
Hey,
This is video paid for by Girlfriends of America.
I missed you.
So, like I said, this made the rounds. And let's be honest, this is how I think a lot of us men now see dating. When women are young, they have the opportunity. So they get out and they rack up the body counts. They try to get the best guy they can. And it may not even be for a serious attraction. It may not even be for the forever man. It might even be just because she's got the tingles and just wants to, shag a hot guy. She does this, and then as things get later into the 20s or 30s, she finds Mr. Comfort here. She decides to be with him. And then but again, she's not atrocious. She's just, she's closing in on the wall a little bit. She's not atrocious, but she's not getting the action she used to when she was 23 or 25. So she settles down with the guy. And then all of a sudden, though, another really hot guy at the gym or whatever, something comes her way, and she's like, you know what? I know this isn't probably going to turn out well. But it's almost like walking into a casino. Like I can't help it. I got to roll the dice and see if I can score big. And maybe I'll lose all my money, or maybe I'll win the jackpot. And here's what women want us to do today as men. They want us to understand if they win the jackpot, they're leaving. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're a sad incel loser, per their words. But if they lose at the casino, they want to be able to come home and say, I'm out of money, but I'm going to stay with you and live with you. And of course, I don't mean that literally, but I mean that's what they're doing. They're gambling their happiness, their relationship status, their desirability by going out there and doing this stuff. And then when it falls apart on them, they want to know they can come home and it's at least have a safety net landing. This, I forgot how many millions of views this racked up, but it was running all over the place on Twitter yesterday. And I think it's very apropos. Again, it's very accurate. This is another one here, and this one's been viewed, or at least now when they say viewed on Twitter, it means that it's been offered to 16.4 million eyeballs. So this went in front of 16.4 million people. I don't know how many saw it. And this is from a grit cult guy who does memes and tweets and stuff. He says, this is trending on TikTok. Pretty crazy how mass adopted the psyops are. Now, again, this has music, so I can't play the audio, but it shows a girl getting ready to accept an engagement ring. And so as she slips it on, and I say this for those of you just listening, as she slips it on, it shows her doing housework and being trad wife and cleaning the house and doing the dishes and vacuuming and folding laundry and cleaning mirrors and having a baby. And she gets freaked out and sets the ring down and is like, nope, and just walks away. But I want to, this is the indoctrination that's been being fed into women today. That is, now actually what's funny is this looks like a lady's hand that's getting ready because this has really long nails on it. So this is actually they're just pretending, and this is a woman actually giving another woman a ring. I guess it's supposed to be a guy though. But anyway, let's talk about this girl's future prospects, right? She's in the workforce. She's competing and beating men in the workforce because it's literally a thing now. Women are now out-earning men. They're being hired at higher rates. And if you want to know why companies are struggling and putting out all the weird commercials and getting boycotted, it's because a lot of the women are now in marketing and CEO positions, i.e. Best Buy, who's now getting canceled for not wanting to hire white people. And that's what's causing this social contagion. So you can see the minute she puts this ring on, it's got her washing dishes. Let's be frank here, though. Number one, it shows her with a sheen, like a shiny forehead, like she's breaking a sweat. Let's be honest. Washing dishes today is rinsing everything off, putting it in a machine, dropping a little Tide Pod or whatever in there, turning on the washing machine, walking away, and coming back after the dry cycle's done, and all you have to do is put them in the, and so of course they're making it sound like though she has to wash her dishes. And then here's the other thing, the next one, it's her cooking. Oh my goodness. Oh, the pain, the suffering of a woman cooking. It's funny, I have to cook for myself. Cooking for two is not difficult. Folding the laundry, oh my gosh. You have to fold your own laundry and maybe someone else's. Now, what I think is funny about this stuff is that they act like they don't do it if they're single. And you know something, after seeing some of these women's homes, I agree. That women a lot of times don't fold laundry and don't do dishes if they're not in a relationship. So they're certainly not going to start when they get in one with you, cleaning the mirror. Because that is tough work. Let's be honest about it. I mean, we're talking 30 seconds of manual labor. And again, more dishes, wiping off the TV. You really have to scrub at TV screens, I tell you. I can't tell you the number of times I've had to grab my Scotch-Brite scrubby pad and work for hours to get burnt spaghetti off the bottom of my TV screen. Stupid. Her cooking again. Same meal, same olive oil bottle in her hand. I think it's literally the same scene, except they just reversed it. Yes, that's all they did. It's literally her doing the same cooking thing, except they reversed it. Also, it's very hard to see, but there's a little bit of red right here under the countertop that looks like blood. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Folding more clothes, wiping another mirror. So apparently the only chores she's capable of doing so far is cooking, folding clothes, and cleaning flat, shiny surfaces with Windex. Oh, the horrors. Here she is straining her back because I guess she's pregnant while she's mopping. I don't know too many people that can actually get mopping done leaning at that angle, so I doubt she's ever worked at a Burger King and ever had a manager that told her to, hey, you got time to lean, you got time to clean. The terrible pain of swaddling your baby while talking on your phone with friends in air conditioning while your man is off working all day long. Oh, no, thank you, she says, and puts down the ring. This is where we are. This is where we are. And you know something? Fine. Go ahead. We see this as men. We see this as men. Do you know, and I swear this is the honest to God truth, no woman that I've ever dated is cleaner than I am. Now, it doesn't mean that she's necessarily messier than I am. None of them have been cleaner than I am. I'm usually the one that, especially if we've lived together for a brief period of time with my exes and everything, I'm usually the one doing the dishes. I'm usually the one freaking out because everything's a mess. I'm usually the one that grabs the vacuum cleaner. I'm usually the one that may not be doing the laundry, but at least folding it and putting it away. I'm usually the one that straightens up things. That's usually how it goes in my relationships. Why? Because I have to do that for myself. So doing it for another person's not that difficult. If you do the dishes, I do them in the sink. I don't even use a dishwasher. I'll be honest with you. Because I don't let that many dishes get dirty. You finish eating, you rinse off the plate, you put a little dollop of soap on there, suds, rinse, set it up to dry. I could get away with having one plate, one bowl, one spoon, one fork, one knife, one cup. I could live that way. Except, I'd be awkward when friends came over and we're both eating out of the same bowl. Maybe, you don't want your lips to accidentally touch. I can live like that. I know women that have so many dirty dishes in their dishwasher or in their sink that they have to rinse it and wash it and clean it all out. Then they load the dishwasher and there's still dishes in the sink. When the first load of dishes go through, then they wait till that's all dry. Then they do the second half in the washing machine. I know women like that. So as men see women bringing nothing to the table, as women not wanting to take their traditional roles, as women now complaining, we can talk about men's issues, but only when we bring it up, because if men bring it up, it's patriarchy and toxic and all the rest of it. When we see the videos like this, where we know women are doing this, we see it all the time in the dating profiles of the day. We see it all the time when we read these articles. They want a provider. They want stable. They want to party in their 20s. It's party time in their 20s. Then in 30s, they get scared. They're going to be forever alone. They're not getting the attention, so they get the best guy they can, which, let's face it, if they found a dude like this, he's good looking. He's in relatively good shape. He's as exciting as he's as exciting as a room temperature glass of water sitting next to a swimming pool. But what she do? She goes out, she clubs, she parties, she gets passed around, and then in her 30s she gets this guy, and then when she goes to the gym or she gets DM'd or she reaches out and she finds something going on, she gambles, and she loses and she comes back home. And men, this is the dating app. Seriously, this is the dating profile that says real men buy dinner. Real men protect their women. Real men don't judge a woman on her past. Real men will step up and be a stepdad to my baby. Real men do that. They try to shame you into it. That's where we are. I like that this went viral. I like that this is a topic that is continuing to trend in the mainstream. I'm gonna be doing my other video right behind this one, which is here. I want to do this. It's a video review. Courtney Ryan's video is not too long. It's about 9 minutes. I'm going to be playing at 1.5 speed, which will take this down to about 6 minutes. And I'll pause it, of course, because I want to talk about her points. But the truth is, Courtney's coming from a place of goodness. I want to help these women. These women are making horrible mistakes. The problem is what she doesn't understand is these women are deaf to it. They're blind to it. And they don't listen because they're like children. Children can be told a dozen times, hey, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And what do they keep doing? They keep doing the thing. And then eventually they hurt themselves. And as an adult, what do? Now, you don't chastise them. You don't beat the crap out of them. You don't laugh at them. Well, you might a little bit, but you don't let the kids see that. As an adult, you say, I told you. This is why you need to slow down, or this is why you need to not do these things. And I told you. And maybe the kid learned a lesson. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they hurt themselves again, or maybe they learned the lesson and not do it. Women are children. Why? Because they see all these other women out there that are crying because they're 45 and nobody wants them anymore, and they got 2 kids and life is a struggle, and they want the government to give them more money, and men are horrible. They see all this stuff happening. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm going right down the same path, party until 30, blah, 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 I'm going right down the same path. Instead of seeing that and saying, you know something, I'm going to do things differently. What do? They say, that's not going to happen to me. That's not going to happen to me. I'm going to beat the system. I'm going to dress up like a hua, go out to these clubs, go sleep around, have fun, but I'm going to find the right guy. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be smarter about it. So we're going to talk about that in the next video. I'll have that out for you shortly. We'll see you in the next one.